Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Men of War Assault Squad 2. Today we are yet again doing X game in Men of War, because it wouldn't be Men of War if not every single game you can think of has been somehow put into Assault Squad 2. And today is one of my favorite games. It is Red Orchestra 2 Heroes of Stalingrad. We have some maps. We have a ton of their character models. I will link all those mods in the description below. As you can see, we have two platoons here of Soviets on one side and another two platoons of Soviets on the other side, making this basically 160 guys to take on the Germans. 160 Soviets plus their officers, with a secret weapon that's off the map that we're not going to reveal just yet, but it might show up later depending on how good or how bad we are going to do. Now, the Germans are defending this very loved and also hated map from the multiplayer game, Bridges of DRUZHINA. One of my favorite maps. I don't mind if I'm attacking or defending. I know a lot of people really don't like this map. It's basically a giant river, or not even giant, it's a river with a bridge over it, and then basically an uphill fight here into the town. Now, I haven't done anything beyond the river. I kind of want to see if you guys like this, and we can definitely do a ton more with this map, because I gotta say, I love RO2, I love Men of War. As you can see, there is so much more to do with this map. However, before we get into today's battle, feel free to skip ahead. I will put a timestamp in a pinned comment and in the description below this video. However, if you want to see what the soldiers here are using and what their squads are consisting of, then please keep on watching. With that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's go. So first up, the German squad. 10 men. This is not necessarily the most realistic squad. I tried making a squad that you could see in Red Orchestra 2 multiplayer, and not so much based 100% on a realistic squad. So first up, we have the squad leader armed with an MP40, and he commands 9 men underneath him, including an automatic rifleman with the beautiful MKB-42, which is a prototype weapon for the very famous STG-44/MP-44. There's a lot more to it than that, but I don't want this video to be 35 minutes. I can talk about both those guns forever. Let's keep on going. Then we have a pioneer or engineer armed with an MP40 as well, one MG34, a veteran elite rifleman who managed to snatch an SVT-40 off of a very unlucky Soviet, and then we have 5 regular riflemen in various stages and with various different equipments, as you can see, who are all using Kar 98Ks. So obviously the Germans need somebody to defend against, and here we have a Soviet squad as they are back there on average. I didn't necessarily take in historical compositions in mind, because I'm trying to mix this balance between making it a fun scenario where the Soviets have a chance, and also obviously making it sort of like how it is in the game. So we have a squad leader armed with a PPS-41 with a drum mag. Next to him are 4 SMG men. One has a PPS-43, the other 3 have PPS-4H-41s with stick mags. Then in the back, we have 2 SVT semi-automatic rifles, 2 Mosin Nagants, and 1 DP machine gun. This is going to be the average push coming in from the Soviets. There's quite a few of them, as you can see back there. So we're going to have to see if the Germans can stem the tide. Alright, the Soviets are going to be attacking. They are probably not going to do this without any losses. Wish you luck, men. Let's go. We'll have to spread out our infantry. I've set them to move at will. After a certain period, they are probably going to just keep pushing. My intention isn't to micromanage each squad into oblivion. I'd rather have a interesting battle here than have to micromanage a ton of AI. We're gonna let the AI probably take over the second actually like any large combat's gonna happen, because you know we can't really micro 160 guys. With that being said, we are going to be getting ready. Our officers are ready. The first squad is ready to deploy. And there is, actually, I should have mentioned, there is 2 machine guns here in the back. Not something that was actually part of Red Orchestra 2. Though there is stationary machine guns in that game, I thought I'd maybe spruce it up a little bit to give the Germans sort of a chance. Because there is quite a little bit of Soviets, and there's not a lot of Germans to defend. With that being said, let's go. We can sneak up to the initial point right here, which is basically what happens in the multiplayer version of this map. The Soviets can definitely try and get pretty far until the Germans actually are capable of shooting them. But there's just a certain period here or a certain area where there's no way, doesn't matter what they're doing, they're not going to survive. And when we get to that point here, it's going to get really brutal. We're going to try and put these guys up on the wall. We'll put these guys on this cover right here. And we're going to see how this one goes. I'm going to crawl into position. Our secret weapon is ready. Though it is very secret. I'll have to keep it that way for right now. Oh, we have contact. Germans have spotted our troops. Machine gunners are engaging. And our troops are on the move. Let's get them in cover. If we lose too many men, we might have to call in the secret weapon. Though I'm not sure if Stalin wants me to do that right now. Stop moving, engage. Come on. Alright, seems like some are just... We've already lost quite a few people. It might be time for the secret weapon a little bit earlier than I thought. Stay down, stay down. Some of these are on move at will. Some of them I'm trying to turn them off at move at will so they don't go too crazy. No, on the other side, what are you doing, idiot? Now take out the DP and we'll start mowing down some Germans if we can. Accuracy leaves to be desired. Reloading on the DP. 3, 2, 1, a going! Which is a... Oh, damn. We've actually lost quite a few men. Our reinforcements are arriving. The Germans are perfectly capable of dealing with this tank. They do have some AT rifles. Though they don't have many of them. We're going to have to definitely watch out what we're doing. Because we're losing a lot of men out here. Got to stay down. Our tank is now also engaging. Again, the tank being a part of Red Orchestra 2 multiplayer. Maybe not the most fair part of Red Orchestra 2 multiplayer, though. It looks like we are losing men a lot faster than I thought. We might have to get some reinforcements coming in from the Soviet rear. So let's get some reinforcements to come in real quick. A lot more men have just showed up. As you can see, the Soviets are advancing. Lots of losses, but they will somehow overtake the Germans, so it might not be easy. The T-34 is so crowded it can actually not advance at this moment. We might have to take over a T-34 here and push it up ever so slightly as we are trying to figure out what's actually... Oh no, it's running over some friendlies. The Soviets are getting massacred out here. The 2 or 3 machine guns in the rear are really costing the Soviets quite a few lives. But they aren't really trained very well. Some of them are just standing out here trying to hide behind this bush, whereas the enemies are actually behind different cover and they can definitely shoot past them. In general, the Soviets aren't necessarily making it very far. We can see a previous attack with T-34s failed. Soviets are making it across, but they're not having a lot of luck. I guess lucky for them, the Germans are very wary and tired. And unlike the Soviets, there is no more reinforcement to be gained from the German perspective. The Germans are obviously still lightly entrenched across the other side of the river, though there isn't very much. The AT soldier here not doing his job, should be targeting the tank and not the enemy infantry. However, I guess he wasn't told to do so, and he's yelling in chat right now saying, "Ha ha ha, I blew your arm off at 200 meters. His team is very mad at him for not targeting the tank. That's an RO2 reference. If you play the game, you'll get it. The Germans on both sides of the river have been mostly eliminated. We can see a few Soviets still standing there pushing up towards any German resistance. We can see more and more Germans fall. The bridge itself not looking too strong anymore. The Germans way back here have actually taken some casualties. Unsure if those were accurate rounds coming in from Soviets in the rear, rounds from the tank, or perhaps what is the most likely answer, rounds from the machine gunners in the back that actually made it all the way here and accidentally hit one or two of these men on the machine. The officer is still very much alive, and the Germans on this side of the river digging in because they know they're going to have to hold up against a T-34. We'll take over the T-34 and push it up slightly. The T-34 has now made its way forward. Another wave of Soviet brave soldiers has been sent forward by command. The Soviet losses are upwards of 350 at this moment, with German losses being sub 80 so far, with only about 30 to 40 Germans actually covering the bridge. The Soviet losses are going to be definitely a lot more brutal than the German ones. Obviously, Germany cannot hold these losses as well as the Soviets can. The T-34 is moving up. We have a lot of infantry advancing on this side of the river. The machine gunners are now going to actually become targets for the Soviets. More and more rounds are landing right in front of them as they are trying to hold off. The T-34 currently engaging the left side of the river. The officer actually got incapacitated, it looks like. He is currently down. The MG-34 tripods on the leftettes are still hammering away at any Soviet forces approaching, and it does not look very good for the Soviets here. However, as I said, one of the machine gunners gets downed on the MG-34 tripod, leaving just one more gunner on one more MG-34. The left side here of the forest, we can see quite a few German casualties. There may or may not still be a few Germans here laying prone saying GG team, GG, as they're firing their SVT, which would have been a lot more useful, a little bit up closer. Does take out that one Soviet running out front. He's probably going to be talking about in the chat afterwards on our voice comms. I'm assuming people understand these are all references to RO2 matches, because, I mean, it's pretty toxic sometimes. There was a German sniper over here who still seems to be very much alive. Question is he actually able to target anyone? He's actually targeting Soviets on the other side of the river. He's got eliminated. Sniper still targeting Soviets. He's not capable of seeing that guy. On the right side of the river, we have also lost quite a few Germans. A few still remain, as the Soviets' job is now even harder than it was before. It's not even going to be to push ahead into undaunting machine gun fire. It's going to be to try and cross this bridge and the river to try and eliminate any Germans still across the river. The other machine gunner has been eliminated. The Soviets are coming across as the sniper here knows his days are numbered. He doesn't have much time, and he definitely knows that if they were to capture him alive, which they won't, they're not going to treat him very, very nicely. I believe if one thing the Soviets and the Germans didn't like, it was enemy snipers. There's a few Germans left who are trying to hold on for dear life. The T-34 cannot make it across unless we manage to grab a satchel charge guy somewhere. We are now going to have to push the rest of our infantry across the river, as there is just a few Germans standing in between a victory here today at the bridges of DRUZHINA and the Soviets. MKB, obviously this meant to be the final stand, taking more Soviets down with them, but they're closing in his position, and he's been eliminated. The Soviets are victorious today. I really, really loved setting this up. I probably had way, way, way too much fun actually setting this up and playing it and watching it play out. This is definitely not the first time I watched this play out. I absolutely love this. It's awesome. If you guys like this, let me know in the comment section. We'll definitely be doing some more. For now, don't forget to see us, and see you guys in the next one. Cheers.